Today, we're diving into a lesser-known, yet fascinating story from the Warhammer Universe. It's about Teus, son of Uigui, a humble water seller on Bal Secundus. Now, you might be wondering, why focus on a water seller's son in a universe brimming with warriors and sorcerers? Well, that's exactly what makes his tale so compelling. Teus wasn't your typical hero, clad in armor or wielding mighty spells. Instead, his tools were simple: a sturdy cart and several large barrels. But Teus had dreams of more, and the courage and unyielding spirit to make it happen. When the day came, Teus saw his chance. He attempted to become an aspirant of the Blood Angels, one of the most powerful and ferocious of the Space Marine legions. He was a suitable genetic match, had more than enough ambition, and he initially showed promise. There was no reason for him not to succeed. But then the unthinkable happened. Teus fell, sustaining a serious brain injury during the trials. Although Teus survived, the injury left his father, Uigui, incredibly embittered. Teus was rejected, subjected to abuse and neglect. In his father's eyes, he was a failure. But here's where it gets interesting. 2 years later, Teus and his father were among the civilians drafted to defend against an invading fleet of Tyranids. Teus was still pretty strong, despite his previous injury, and courageously held the line. He fought alongside his father, even saving Uigui's life more than once. Ultimately, though, Teus's father suffered mortal injury. As fate would have it, the losses sustained during the war made it necessary that every compatible youth be inducted into one of the chapters of the Blood. And so, after it was determined that Teus's brain injury was repairable, Teus too was recruited. As he lay dying, Uigui lived just long enough to see Teus, the one he called an idiot, who he had written off as worthless. He saw his son become an angel after all. Teus's story doesn't just teach us about humility, but it also highlights the everyday strength and persistence of those living in the Warhammer world. So next time you're engrossed in tales of epic battles and heroic conquests, remember the water seller's son, because sometimes the greatest stories have the simplest beginnings.